Hello children, today I have taken one important passage of Act 1 Scene 3, and the first line of the passage is how like a fawning publican he looks, said by Shylock. So here these words are spoken by Shylock. These are not addressed to anyone. These words are said in an aside. So, what is aside? Aside is a dramatic device in which someone says something which is not intended to be heard by the other person present there, but it is heard by the audience. So the other person present there is Bassanio. They are talking in front of Shylock's house. This you keep it in mind. They are talking in front of Shylock's house. Bassanio has come to Shylock to ask for a loan of 3,000 ducats for a period of 3 months. Just as Bassanio is trying to persuade Shylock to give him a loan of 3,000 ducats on Antonio's security, Antonio himself arrives on the scene. Shylock at once makes the remark that Antonio looks like a cringing Roman tax gatherer of olden times. These words reveal Shylock's attitude towards Antonio, that he does not like Antonio and he hates Antonio. So, in this passage, Shylock says, how very much like a flattering tax collector does he look? He looks just like a guy who has robbed me, but now comes to beg me for a favor. I hate him because he is a Christian, but I hate him even more because due to his foolishness he lends out money without interest and thus brings down the rate of interest among us in Venice. If only once I could have him in my trap. If I can just get the upper hand of him once, I'll satisfy my old grudge against him. I will take my full revenge and thus feed my ancient grudge against him. He hates our sacred community of the Jews. He abuses and criticizes me at the Rialto, the stock exchange, which is the meeting place of the merchants. There he expresses contempt for my business dealings and my well-deserved gains, which he calls interests. So may ill luck fall upon my race if I forgive him. So what he says that Antonio hates Jews. Even at the Rialto, he is always complaining about me and my negotiating and my hard-earned profits, which he calls interest. It would an insult to Jew everywhere to forgive that man. Antonio lends money to people without charging them any interest. He thinks that charging interest is like exploiting other people's difficulties, but his large heartedness does great harm to other moneylenders like Shylock. Shylock suffers because Antonio's liberality brings down the rate of interest in the market. Thus, his business interests are harmed when loans are given without interest. Shylock has more than these two reasons to hate Antonio. He has his ancient grudge against that Christian because he hates their Jewish race. Antonio speaks abusively of Shylock and his business. So he is determined to take revenge on Antonio for the indignities heaped by him on Shylock.